Hello and welcome back to Glen Ives Craft Design. My name is Chastity Ives, and today we're making another two cards with the Triple Trouble stamp set from Picket Fence Studios. Love that set. Obsessed. I was heavily inspired by AmyR with Praire Paper and Ink. Love her as well. Um, yeah, if you want to stick around to see some coloring, some blending, just a good old time, then stick around and I'll see you on the flip side.
All right, so this project is a continuation of um, the Triple Trouble set by Picket Fence Studios. Again, I love this set and I'm obsessed with it. I will probably do another one, yet another double or triple, I guess, video of using these pumpkins. They're just so fun, and I'm obsessed with coloring right now. I don't know why. I just really love it. Anyways, so I just took my stamp, put it on my Amazon Misty, then went in with some markers to add some color. And I think I went in with a brick brown, a vermilion, and orange. Again, I went in with the darker color first on this pumpkin and just kind of went around the stamp, I guess, lines or the accent lines. Then went in with the lighter orange to add some brightness to the pumpkins. And I don't know why I'm obsessed with coloring right now. I just am, and that's okay. So you'll probably see a bunch of other coloring videos here shortly, or in the coming weeks of me using sets that I can color. Um, then after I went in with that medium orange, I went in with the lighter orange again, just to add some of the brightness to these pumpkins here. And like I said, this was a lot of fun. Um, and I again am obsessed with this stamp set. I'm obsessed with like how big it is. And I also used the Franken Cute uh, set in a couple videos upcoming that I'm also really obsessed with. But this one in particular, I don't know. I love jack-o'-lanterns, and every year my husband and I, we will make our own jack-o'-lanterns. And now that we have a house, we'll probably go out there and put some, put quite a few jack-o'-lanterns on our porch during Halloween season. So back to the project though, I also wanted to make this particular card using some inspiration from AmyR with Paper, Prairie, and Ink. I saw her video using this stamp set that she made. I think it was a couple weeks ago. And I don't know what it was about that video, but I was like, okay, I'm obsessed now with her. I want to be just like her. And that is where I got the inspiration for this card. So, Amy, if you're watching this, love you, love your stuff. Um, Heavily inspired by you. So then so just like her, again, because I'm obsessed, I am making two cards, if you haven't guessed already. I, if you have the supplies out, why not just use them? And that's kind of what I think her philosophy is. And I love that. I love that. I don't know why. Um, but if you already have the supplies out, just make two. I'm going to keep one and I'm going to mail one to Amy specific from this stamp set. And I sped this up really fast because, again, no one wants to watch me fussy cut these out. So after I did that, after I fussy cut, I went through with a black marker and just darkened up the edges. And then I got out my Distress Oxides and went in and took some different shades of green. I'm into Rustic Wilderness right now. But then I also cut out this uh, little circle because I wanted a moon in the background. And if you've seen my other video, you know that I had a Dr. Pepper circle that I cut out from a soda can carrier that I repurposed. But that moon was way too big. So I took a waffle flower, uh, their circle dies, and just cut out a couple of them. And just so I could use those as my moon. Because for a mask, I guess, because I don't have another mask and, I'm using the supplies I have on hand. Um, Needless to say, like I said, I went in with some greens, some different shades of greens here, as well as some black soot at the bottom. I'm really loving the black soot. At first, I was really scared of it because it is dark. It can be very dark, but I'm on the train, I think. Then I went in and wanted to color in the moon, and I don't know what I was thinking doing yellow or dried marigold. But you'll see, I quickly was like, "Ooh, that's not the effect I was going for." But you live and you learn. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. But that's okay. So again, making two cards. So this is another background I made using uh, some some more distressed oxides. Again, love them. Love the distressed look. Especially again, and I didn't mind that these were not, they were sort of like foggy almost. Has like they're not perfectly blended, and that was fine because I then went in with some water and sprayed some water on these cards. And oh, you'll see I learned here. Maybe don't use yellow for the moon. But yeah, I just took a spray bottle, took the nozzle out, and just started hitting the paper with some water just to see what it would do and see if I liked it. And I actually really did like it. And then I went back in because again, I was like, what am I going to do with that moon? uh, but then from there, I went and got my Picket Fence from Distress Oxide Spray. And again, unscrewed the nozzle, shook it, or I shook it up prior to taking out the nozzle, and then just tapped that on top of the cards or the backgrounds. Again, doing a slimline card. Love a slimline. And then trying to decide, what I'm going to put on the inside if I wanted to stamp something directly into the card. But then I decided might as well cut out I guess a white sheet of paper, and again, AmyR inspired, and put a little pumpkin in the inside card rather than just the sentiment, or the, I guess, secondary sentiment. Put all that back, and then we started gluing, or I guess using dot runner. I don't use a particular dot runner, I just got mine off Amazon. I need to get a refillable one though, or a reusable one, because I don't want to hurt the environment too much. But then I went and got the backgrounds taped down. This one I love. I love that background. Uh, and then eventually was trying to figure out how am I going to incorporate the pumpkins as well as a sentiment on these cards, because I was like, oh, I am going to cut these, and I want two on one side and I want one on the other. I should have used glue to put these down, but I didn't feel like it today, so I used the dot runner to adhere them to my card front. And I kind of liked cutting them up and having them on either side. And yeah, they kind of look like they're in space almost with that background. And I kind of like it. Well, so once I put those down, I was trying to figure out how I can incorporate the Happy Halloween sentiment that comes with the set. And I haven't figured out quite how to use the anti-static powder. because that is awfully dark. But or you can also you can see that really well on the piece of paper. But I just went in with the Versamark and then went in with I think Princess Gold, I believe, on the sentiment. Put that back in there. I did two of these, and I thought about doing like an arc of on the card front, but I didn't want to hide the background that I spent, a bunch of time putting together. I rather was like, well, I'll just put it in, I'll just fussy cut it out and put that on the card front. That'll be fine. And I actually preferred it that way. I quite liked it. I do need to get a new heat tool because this one is my old pottery heat tool that I had when I was into pottery, and it gets hot fast, and I need something that's going to be a little more forgiving, because it's hard to hold on to anything even with that clothespin. So if anybody has any recommendations, let me know. uh, Again, fussy cut these out, heat embossed them. I think I'm obsessed with heat embossing now as well. And then I wanted lift to this card, and I didn't want to lift the pumpkins. I rather wanted to lift the sentiment, the Happy Halloween, and that's what I decided to do. And I just took the Simon Says stamp 3D foam backers and put those on the back of the cards, or back of that sentiment, sorry. And then needed to embellish it, obviously. I got these off of Amazon, and I kind of like them. They're different sizes, and I love that. Um, yeah, so I just put some green ones on. Um, and you'll see here, I went to go pick one of these up, and it ended up getting caught underneath the foam backer, and then I lost it when I tried to pick it up. It flew somewhere, and I still have yet to find it. Hopefully, my cat didn't eat it. Um, but I looked hard for that, and I still have not found it. But then that was the cards, and after putting those embellishments on, it's complete, and I love it. I love them. So, like I said, I'm gonna send one of these to AmyR, and if I can figure out how to mail something to Canada, and then I'm gonna keep one for myself and put it in my collection of stuff that I've made and am happy with. And like I said, I love. I think I'm obsessed with Picket Fence Studios. I think at this point, and these couple stamp sets here. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the goodies. I'll see you next time.